infrastructure and logical considerations. How much bandwidth is going we're talking about S1 yesterday. How much bandwidth do you have? And how much Bitcoin are you use? How much data needs to be migrated? What format of the VM are you going to use? What's okay? Those formats of the VM, they need to be changed. Those are about migration tools. Can the formats be changed? What tools do you have at your disposal? So these are considerations you need to look at. These are things you need to consider before saying you want to move to the cloud. Like I said, we are open to having such conversations with you. Tools and strategies for seamless cloud migration. There are lots of things to consider. But these are just that we can look at. First one is that she just rehost. It's just at the level. You just take the workload that is running on the server on-premise and just migrate the VM and take it to the cloud. It's basically done at VM. This is the simplest of all types of migration that you can. Okay. Second one is the factor, which is basically the application. There are certain actions you have with the on-premise and the cloud. Is it like C++ or different ones? You can basically factor maybe now from C++ you now move to Java or the rest. These are things you need to look at. Is it the platform where you have to make changes? You have your database from your database, or basically replace by moving from your normal marketing server, you replace them with Microsoft places. These are tools to look at. These are different tools for application. This is not based on our cloud provider. Cloud-based solutions for my a lot of clients from different agencies, different VMs, different for DRA. Just start. There's AWS, Azure, there's Google Cloud, migrate. So additional considerations. So it is being here to use my strategy. But one thing you must not do is the fact that instead of starting with test and shift, you want to move and now start doing a factory. That will be a problem. Each work has its own necessities. So first of all, start VM level. Once you've done that with that shift, you can now move to the factory with hosting. And it is okay to do nothing. It's not a must for you to move to the cloud. Not all workloads are best for the cloud. Some workloads save you a lot of money when you move to the cloud and some the following applications be on-premise. Latest sensitive applications that are large amount of applications that are high to your most data. Those are applications that should actually remain on-premise. And your non-sensitive data are the ones you should look at. Things to think about. How many need to migrate? And the migration will like to be implemented, and how are the VMs? Usually, that's one case study. It's an education where world-class specialization help them with that. They migrated to the very hosted their application on virtual server in the cloud. But that was where yes. Also help them with their adoption journey. They've hosted their applications on our virtual server in the cloud. And benefit cloud is going to help you scalability, performance, reliability, security. Flexibility. You don't need in dollars. You pay in naira and cents. And not efficiency. Okay. Let me just make sure. Okay. So I'm for questions. It's a round of applause.
Thank you very much. Please just step down briefly. Honestly, have a seat. Have your seat. One of the challenges that we have been having is how to stop our presenters. Because each of their presentations is so important. I mean, kind of underrate the importance of cloud hosting to our institutions. We will still talk with you, sir. Because you will still need to do another close circuit presentation, and we can record and send that to our participants. Understand? So guys, short time. We really need to manage our time. We will collapse your presentation and detailed presentation for ask questions. But before we take the detailed presentation, I would like to just really call on NCS President who will give a very good message. Please, that speech that you are printing, please don't use it. Please let's welcome NCS. Just come on, please. Before I hand over the mic again, he's also one of us at the ICT. One of the reasons why it's important for him to be here is that we want to encourage all our CICTs to be members of the Nigerian Tertiary Society. Because it's a professional organization, and there's so much benefit. We will not allow him to say all the marketing things that he wants to say because of time. You have the floor, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. MC. The chairman of committee, please permit me to stand on the well-established protocol so that we can save most of our time. On behalf of Nigerian Computer Society, we are here to wish each and every one of us a very successful delivery of this first annual event. Nigerian Computer Society, as he has said, is the umbrella organization of all IT professionals, whereby there are quite a lot of benefits for one to join the society, in which I think I'm not going to take much of our time to say that. And as he said, I'm one of you too. I'm a director of ICT from Federal University, UC, currently, and at the same time as the president of the Nigerian Computer Society. What I would like to announce to each and every one of us is our forthcoming events. We have two major events that are coming up very soon. The first one is going to be in the month of June, next month, which is our Cyber Security Forum that the society does. It's going to take place here in Abuja at the National Open University. While the second one is going to be our 19th International Conference on Technology and Computing, which is going to take place in Kano State. This year theme is on intelligent, secure, and sustainable innovation for a connected world. So on behalf of each and every one of us, I want to use this opportunity to invite each and every one of you to Kano and Abuja. As he said, there is need for us to join the society, and there is need for us to come all under that umbrella. Once again, thank you very much for the opportunity given to me to speak to you. And I wish us a very fruitful deliberation. Thank you.
You performed well, please. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Just before I call Intex, some brief announcement. I want to also inform all our participants that all the slides for this event will be shared. The link will be sent to all by email to all of us. So please don't worry about all the content. I also want to quickly recognize we have a rapporteur team. We have a team that is going to rapporteur for us, that is doing, not going to. And will give us some information at the end of this session. That is presented by Professor Ojokudo. Interesting perspective about as an output of the AI presentation given in the morning. Please quickly come out in 60 seconds, share your story, and tell us what has happened what's happened in the last maybe 24 hours that is personal to you about this AI thing. Yes.
Good morning, everyone. Well, we were here yesterday talking about AI, and today I received a phone call from my children's school. I was sharing with the secretary, and because I'm the PTA chairman at the school, they called me that there was a need for us to have a meeting at the weekend. There were some disciplinary issues, so I inquired what it was. And they told me that the children were having tests in class, and the teacher, based on the metrics that they use on their portal, they realized that there were 3 very outstanding students the gap between those three and the rest of the class just suddenly closed up. So the teacher felt something fishy was going on. The teacher walked into the class yesterday and shouted, "Hey Siri." And 4 devices started responding to the teacher, pouring out answers to the questions that they were doing. So I think us as Convict NCI to work on how to really govern AI. Yes, it's good AI, we are leveraging AI, we are deploying AI, but we need to govern AI.
Thank you for that. So we can't fight it. We can't resist it. We have to find a way of living with it. So thank you for that, ICT Tech U. I want to invite up to the platform the representative of the MD of E-Tech, Mr. Wale Adekule. Yes, you have the floor.
Thank you very much. Slides. Okay, while we wait for my slides to come up, good morning, Mr. Chairman, committee members, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. My name is Adewale Adekule. I'm from ICT of Nigerian, I'm the COO and the country manager of ICT. Today, I'll be speaking on a very pivotal and increasingly important topic, developing and implementing a digital literacy program for staff and students. This topic is really important in shaping and transforming our higher learning institutions. At ICT Complete Solutions Limited, we have a couple of offerings, which ICDL is one of it. And I believe most people here are already heard of ICDL, and we're already in most of the schools here in Nigeria. But just a brief recap, we are the local operating partner of ICDL in Nigeria. Most important things that have to do with ICDL gets done by ICT Complete Solutions Limited. So I'll not waste too much time on that. I'll focus solely on the topic of my presentation, and I'll move on. So my presentation today basically is going to share insights on the following: the importance of digital literacy, how to develop a structured program, the implementation framework. Then we're going to take 1 or 2 lessons from tech funds, dimension, and we'll talk about how to sustain and measure impact, and we close and reflect together. We'll probably take some questions if there are any. So, firstly, this has become a very important thing to me. I learned this a very long time ago. I think it was in my primary school, the later time of my primary school. It was one of my very important teachers who I'm not going to mention today, but I know very dearly. She told me whatever you want to do, you always have to define. So today, for the purpose of this workshop, I'm going to adopt UNESCO's definition of digital literacy. It is there on the slides. I'm not going to read it. But more importantly, digital literacy encompasses more than using a computer. It deals with more abilities and some other things in using digital device. And there is always this fallacy about perception versus reality. People often think because they can do 1 or 2 things with the computer, they can use WhatsApp, do TikTok, and do other things like that, and then automatically they are digitally literate. But the truth of the matter is, when you put them to test and you do diagnostics, you see that the reverse is always the case. So digital literacy is really important. It's a key concept that will keep evolving and will keep talking now and forever. Because as we talk about new technologies, new emerging technologies, and about today, the cloud deployment, the AIs, data analytics, and all, digital literacy is the mother of all. You cannot go to a university without having a strong and very grounded foundation from the basic school up to the secondary school and all like that. And from what has been discussed here today, you will see that it all boils down to the usage of this system. How do you use something you don't have any idea about? That's basically what digital literacy teaches. Yeah, so why does digital literacy matters? And I'm going to really restrict this to the tertiary institutions and primary students. Now, we are in an era, long ago or few years ago, they used to say we'll get there, but we are there already. We are in an era where teaching, learning, research, management are continuously being digitized. The capacity of our institutions now, meaning the students and staff, faculty, is going to be largely dependent on digital competence. So there is no how we can get the best out of our lecturers and our students without having them digitally literate. And one more important key concept here is that these students that we might tend to see as students, probably kids and young ones, they know probably more than what you think they know. I've seen lots of concerns raised here about how AI is being used for plagiarism and all that. See, AI is there, it's not going anywhere. It will get stronger, it will get better. We only have to learn to live with it. We have to learn to navigate it. These students already know how to use these resources. This is why digital literacy matters. I didn't read the definition of digital literacy because I saw it, it was actually there on board. But some important key concept in that definition is safety. Safety, how to use these digital tools safely and ethically. Most of these students just stumble on some of these skills, probably on the street, content online or something. They just pick some skills and not even able to use it properly. This is why digital literacy matters in our schools. If they being tutored on how to use these skills and these tools properly, they will turn out a whole lot of positive results that will amaze all of us. Now, like I said, our future and the effectiveness of our teaching, non-teaching staff, our students, and the community at large will depend largely on how digitally competent we are. We see what advanced countries like China, and I like to mention China and India when it comes to ICT and all that. We see what they do, we see what these little kids do. They are actually taught digital literacy as little as long as I want to say even now they're getting in the world. Because you can imagine sometimes when I go through TikToks, I'm sorry, I have to talk about this is a reality. Because we're talking about digital literacy. When I scroll through what I see is just dancing, just comedy and all. But when you go to Asian TikTok, when you see what little kids are doing, you wonder who taught these girls to do this. This is because they know about digital literacy. This is because it's important. They've actually taught them right from, I actually want to say from the womb. But I feel maybe the mother will say, when you come out, what will you not see? This is what you're supposed to be doing. And those kids actually listen to it. So it's very, very important for us to do digital literacy and for us to see it more than just a project, for us to see it as something that has to be inculcated in our life. Now, there are drivers to digital literacy, obviously. The number one to me is the emerging technologies, like the AIs, like the data analytics. AI specifically is actually a driver to digital literacy. No matter who you are, even if you live about AI, you want to learn about it. What is this thing talking about? They're talking about ChatGPT. What is it? They're talking about Siri. You are forced to learn about it. Those are drivers that actually drive digital literacy. You want to learn about it. And And then we have regulatory bodies like the UN, Nigeria, you have the NIDA and NUC and rest like that. And we have also the ICT of Nigeria. We also try us to have digital literacy. So, in building digital literacy, there are things we need to first ask ourselves. So number one, we need to do an institutional introspection. We need to ask ourselves, like in my institutions, how ready are we for digital literacy? How digitally ready are we? Then you have to conduct a digital literacy skills assessment. In ICT, we have what we call clients. If you consult us to come and train your staff or is to come with the diagnostics, we diagnose them and we're able to see, okay, this is the area where social person is deficient, and then we can tailor the training towards that. So this is something that should be done. We're not talking about developing digital literacy content. We have to conduct a skills assessment for staff and students. It does not have to be a one-size-fits-all. I'm going to speak more on that in my subsequent slides. I'm really checking the time. I don't want to go beyond that. Now, once that is done, we also have to set clear objectives. You have to be compliant and responsible for what and what. And then again, you have to align academic goals to institutional international buying. Now, we know this is good. We know we're going somewhere with this, but we also have to get the buy-in of the leadership, get the buy-in of the management. That will give you momentum. That will make it lasting. Even when one administration goes, leaves the office, it goes into, okay, yeah. The drive continues. While designing a program, like I said, it shouldn't be fit all. It shouldn't be, you cannot say, train everybody on a certain module. There has to be skills assessment. You can tear this into the foundational skills, the role-based skills, the student pathway. Foundational skills you have to now and just give them the baseline skills that are necessary to sell. Then the role base now has to do with giving academics and everybody the right tool and the right training that will make them to excel in their line of duty. The student pathway definitely has to be curriculum and modules that will align with employability and entrepreneurship. Now, also, we talk about the pedagogical integration, which has to do with blending it into the academic curriculum. I think someone also mentioned this yesterday and today. This is important. This is where we're going. We've gone beyond the era where you just have to come and just say, okay, I have a PhD, whatever, or I have an HND, whatever, and that is it. You have to come up with something better. You have to come up with, now, our kids are competing globally. Either we like it or not, either we accept it or not. Our children, our students are competing globally. And even you have to be able to have more than BS, you have to be able to have more than HND. It has to do with skills now. It has to do with what can you do with your brain and your hand. It doesn't have to do with your BS. Or something very, very wonderful, and we need them in society. But what I'm saying is, beyond that, we need our kids to be, we need everybody to be digitally literate. We need everybody to be digitally literate in the sense that put this thing in the, let them know that at some certain level they have to take certain courses or certain modules of a well-recognized digital literacy platform. That will go a long way in putting this Then, finally, there should be certification and recognition. Yeah, this has to do with, you can't come and tell me that you have certain skills. I will definitely need something for you. Have certain skills, but at the same time you have to validate and say, okay, I'll be certified by so certification, and you're using mouth to tell me that you also certain skill. I won't take you serious. That's why certification and recognition is also important. And when we're talking about certification and recognition, we have to go for the best. We have to go for a platform that has a global acceptance. We have to go for a platform that has the competence, that has done this over and over with our institutions. Yeah. Implementing framework, I think I'm going to skip this and then go to the next one. It's more important. I have just 4 minutes to go. I've spoken about most of this in the previous slide, so I don't want to repeat it. But most importantly, what I would like to highlight here, the first phase and the last one. The first one has to do with planning with the stakeholders and having the stakeholders engagement. What I'm also going to speak about in my I think it's the next slide also. Now, in planning for digital literacy inclusion or roadmap, the stakeholders are really important. We at ICT, we have actually learned this. Like I said, we are the local operating partner of ICT in Nigeria. We have a project currently running with tertiary institutions. We have actually learned this, and we know that the stakeholders, like the DICTs, most to be specific, there is no project that can actually sell. If you want a project to actually meet its target and for it to planning this, the ICT, you have to be on the table with them. Curriculum, how do you see this play out in your school? And they are the ones that are going to tell you how to go about it. And also the last phase has to also do with them. You've done things in the past. I just wanted to highlight that before I move to the... Yeah, so definitely, once you've implemented it, you have to measure success. Because what gets measured gets improved. You have to be able to go back and say, okay, fine, we have implemented digital literacy. How many people did we train? What is the what is the result from that? Has it actually improved the teaching of our teaching staff, or has it actually improved the learning outcome from students? Even the non-academic staff, has it improved the way they do their work? And again, has it also reduced the number of times that people request for support? Because most of the things that people actually that are very basic, that they can actually do on their own, and without that knowledge, they can't move forward to actually come to them and assist them. But if there is a digital literacy that has been program that has been put in place, you have to be able to measure it and say, okay, last month before we did this training, we had maybe 100 tickets coming for support, but now that we've done this, it has reduced to so far. So that's how you measure the success. Now, the challenges in implementing digital literacy are numerous. I'm only highlighted just a few. And the number one, and I think the most important, is the resistance to change. Right? People are always, they always want to do things the way they've done it in the past, irrespective of where the world is going. There's always a resistance when you're trying to bring something on board. But definitely, you can always mitigate this by creating awareness. Such, not like I said, you have to get the buy-in of stakeholders, you have to get the buy-in of people that matters in incentivize it, and then you can do by doing the pilot by probably a faculty or an institution, and from there you can scale up. There's always a resource constraint as well. Resource is not always available, it's not always enough to do anything. But definitely you can leverage a partnership with us. You can also use open source tools for that. You can also do this thing, like you can do for a department and then move on to the next one. Also, there are always still the disparity. The level of competence is always different from one person to the other. It has to be tiered learning from one person to the other. You don't have to be a one-size-fits-all for anybody. And for sustainability of it, because this is also a very important challenge. I heard yesterday also when one of our directors mentioned that there's always a challenge when there is a transition to a proper and then they are. So this has to be where we're going. in today, you already know, okay, this is where we are and this is what we want to do. So you have to institutionalize the digital literacy program that you've already adopted. Really for the future, how to do all this. I've mentioned institutional strategic plans, the quality assurance framework, staff performance approval. Yes, we've also noticed that you have to always attach these things to an end goal. You have to be able to tell the staff that, okay, this is going to go into your CPD. You have to be able to tell the student that you have to be able to attain, get so credentials before you're able to graduate. These are things that will make it sustainable and not just a one can I
You will address some things in the Q&A.
okay. Okay. So I would like to thank you all for giving me your rapt attention and your commitment towards this digital literacy goal. I also like to tell you that my colleagues and I are here and we're willing to take this further. Put is also somewhere in that space there. You can reach out to us and then we can take this conversation further. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Adewale. Many of us know him because for most of us, during the course of the ICT implementation, we've been speaking with him. And I'm sure many of us have questions with our implementation, and that's why he's here. Two things that he said that I want to highlight. The first is that implementation framework. And once again, a couple of documents will be coming out from this conference. We have about 7 white papers that will be developed as guidelines, as tools for the ICTs, going forward. And one of the things he said is that implementation framework. One other thing he said about digital literacy was that it should lead to improved student employability. I took that also, and I'm sure by the time you go through the slides, you see more. We want to take the question and answers for the 2 earlier sessions before we go to the data analytics. So, questions from the day active presentation about cloud deployment and also the e-tech presentation. We're taking 6 questions. Can I have the first question? Person I was asked the question. Either on cloud deployment or digital literacy. Number 1. Okay. Oh, thank you very much. Number 2. Also, I'm reducing that to 4 questions because of time. We'll reserve the other 2 slots for our lady DICTs. Okay, so we have 2 for now. Number 3, thank you very much. Then maybe the 4th one later. So 3 questions. When we call you, we will mention the offering. They have really just informed us that they are giving every DICT here in attendance some free cloud deployment to test, free of charge, for I think 1 year. I said I did 2 weeks. For 2 weeks. No, but even if it is 1 day, if you plan it properly, you can see how your services run in the cloud. So I was hoping it to be 1 year, but he says 2 weeks. So question 1, please, can I get the microphone down there? Question 2, please get ready, and question 3. The mic is coming to you, sir. Okay. Push it to the edge, come on right. Up to the edge.
Hello?
Yes, it's better.
Thank you very much. I have a question
necessary to use the microphone center. Yes, that's to do with what are they trying, what do they do? Some of our institutions have problem with chief executive because they have not been able to pay e-tech, and as a result, as we are speaking, after the training, I think in 2023, we have not been able to access our park, and though there are some other equipment that they are bought. So what are they going to do? The question they are asking is that we want a term of contract, and in an attempt to explain to them that this is between Tech Fund and the company, they said no, they said they cannot do it. So up to now, I don't know what's how we can get that to develop. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Number 3 in front here. Yes.
Good evening, from Ouch Polytechnic. Yes. My question also goes to ICT. This training, I'm just is it just to train students and staff? And who are we to train? Yes, they are trained us, a lot of those that they train. So who are those that we are now going to train? Are we going to develop bills and begin to distribute from the school for them? And there are students now, our staff, going to also make payments. They pay for training. So at times I'm just thinking, where this has we have paid our own money to e-tech, and then we are not gotten our back. But at the time I got discussing with John Bosco, later I just say, oh, I don't know where to really push this into. Then for layer 3, how secure? How really secure? Because looking at it, when I look at when you do the comparison, is as if private cloud seems to be better. So how can I really be convinced that my data is really secure? And then when these users that are sharing your resources, I hope the output of your service will not now gradually be dragging. And because when you are already put your leg inside the book, they will only be drawing you and drawing you.
Thank you for that, for those questions. Each of our presenters have 5 minutes each to respond. So let's take the three first. So talk about the weather. I think I'm extending it from 2 weeks to 2 months.
Thank you. First of all, my colleagues are around. I think they shared the questionnaire to everybody. Look at how we can help you in your cloud adoption. What do you want? Okay, this is me. Is this virtual server you want? Is it backup as a service? Is it disaster recovery? Is it migration? We can do that for you so that you can test on and see how we can help you in your cloud adoption. We can do free 2 weeks POC for you, and our migration tool that is licensed, we can help you to migrate text for 1 week or 2 weeks so you can help you in your cloud adoption. Actually, that's how it depends on your use case. Is it private cloud you want or public cloud? It depends. You can have that conversation with you. What are you looking at? Do you want more security? You want more control over your resources? We are looking at it could be in your on-premise data center and it could be in your active data center. Or is it public cloud? Are you looking at OpEx? You want to cost? Are you looking at you can pay a fixed monthly amount for a period of time? You are looking at moving to public cloud. And my infrastructure is secure. I don't really compromise, right? Because I have shown you how secure our infrastructure is. One of the things that are important about cloud is your design needs to have redundancy. It needs to be resilient and it needs to be available. We have 2 availability zones in Nigeria, one in Lagos, one in Abuja. So whatever it is that we are doing in one day, it can be replicated we've added security framework to our design. There's confidentiality, there's integrity, and there's availability. So if anything were to happen in one day, in a matter of minutes, 45 minutes, 30 minutes, I'll have people around to know it as well as I can, and it's quite serious. And having you see you, 1 week, 2 weeks, we can question and see how everything is secure. There are security measures, there are firewalls that from time to time, they are scanning the filters that they doing so that whatever is happening in one tenant, it stops at that tenant. It can't go from one client's tenant to another one. There is microsegmentation. Whatever happens in one tenant, it stops at that tenant. There is no way to move to tenant B. So it's yours. So that's why I want to have such conversations with you. Come to us, we will look how we can design your cloud adoption process and do 1 week, 2 weeks POC for you to give you rest of mind. So I'm able to do that. Thank you.
The next person is Mr. Leon.
Okay. Thank you. I'll answer the questions. I think the first one has to do with questions correctly, but I think the first phase of the question has to do with are there specific modules for the ICTs and what is it doing? Yes, for technical staff. Yes. So I would like to tell you that on the modules part, we have over 40 set of modules that cater for different level of competence, as different level of learners, starting from those that don't have any knowledge about digital literacy, up to professionals like yourselves at DICTs and other professionals. So we also have modules for that. And specifically, I touched on the fact that collaboration and getting the buy-in of stakeholders is very important and key. To address that point. Going forward, from our lessons on this project, we want to collaborate and want to engage more with the DICTs specifically. And we want to listen to your concern. We want to go on this journey with you. I want you to tell us what we need to do. On our own end, I think we've been speaking with the committee. I believe the chairman would deliver that message after now. But to answer you specifically, we're going to engage with DICTs and we're going to listen to you and do exactly how you advise us to go on this project. I don't know if that answers your question, sir. The other question, I think it has to do with this ongoing project as well, and how are we getting our monies. The GICT actually mentioned its efforts. Yeah, this is a going concern, and the reality is actually it's been tough, and just like I said, we have taken our lessons from here, and at this point I have to also commend and appreciate our DICTs for helping us so far, because without cooperation, even the milestones that we've been able to achieve right now, we will not have nothing there. But we want more, and like I said, we're going to have another engagement with the DICTs, and I believe the committee will set that up, and they're going to have that on. Yes, we've had reluctance in paying, we've also informed the fund to do the right documentations. Okay, the last one has to do with, okay, man, you said you are paid and you don't vote in the past. I'm sorry, I forgot the name of your school again. Ouch, okay. We're going to resolve that after now. Like I said, we have a booth there. We're going to resolve it today. We're going to resolve that. And please, if you want to say, well, if anybody has any other challenges concerning this project, we are here today and we're here anytime. I don't shout too much. But then, please come to our booth.
Thank you very much. what